The grand arena of Gareth was packed with thousands of spectators, alien warriors, noble leaders, and traders from across the galaxy, all gathered to witness the final ceremony of the Tri-Sector War Games. This tournament was a ruthless competition where only the strongest endured, and today, the champion would claim their reward. At the center of the arena stood High Warlord Senna of the Zero Empire. She was towering and formidable, her emerald green scales gleaming under the brilliance of the twin suns. Her armor, forged in the galaxy's most unyielding metal, reflected her indomitable strength. Her sharp, golden eyes meticulously surveyed the line of prizes before her. Among them were treasures of immense worth, ancient relics, formidable weapons, and rare minerals. There were also captives from various species, skilled warriors, master strategists, and brilliant scientists. Each prize was more valuable than the last. Yet, Senna seemed unimpressed by any of them. Then she halted. Among the prisoners stood a human named Daniel Carter, a former engineering officer of the Terran Defense Corps. He was neither a soldier nor a commander, neither a fighter nor a leader, just a man clad in a tattered uniform, his hands still bound behind his back. Compared to the others, he appeared weak, insignificant, unremarkable. And yet, Senna pointed directly at him. "I choose this one," she announced with unwavering authority. A stunned silence swept across the arena. The Tsar warriors exchanged bewildered glances. Alien dignitaries whispered in hushed tones, and even Daniel himself was too shocked to react. Of all the prizes available, she had chosen a mere human? The announcer hesitated before clearing his throat. High Warlord Senna of the Zero Empire has made her selection. The human prisoner, Daniel Carter, shall be taken aboard her flagship. The crowd erupted in murmurs of disbelief. Some laughed, assuming it was a jest, while others frowned, trying to decipher her reasoning. Humans were considered survivors, nothing more. They were known for their resilience and adaptability, yet they were neither the most powerful nor the most intelligent species in the galaxy. So why had Senna chosen one? Even Daniel had no answer. Two Tsar guards seized him by the arms and ushered him toward the imposing warship looming over the arena. His mind raced with questions, but there was no time to voice them. Senna led the way, her expression unreadable, her posture rigid with purpose. As they neared the entrance of the warship, Daniel finally found his voice. "Why me?" Senna halted for the first time and turned to face him. Her golden eyes scrutinized him as though searching for something hidden beneath the surface. Then she spoke 3 simple words. "You will see." With that, she stepped inside, leaving Daniel with nothing but uncertainty. The warship's cold metal floor vibrated beneath Daniel Carter's feet as he was escorted through its towering corridors. The Tsar guards flanked him on both sides, their reptilian faces expressionless. Their heavy armor clanked with each step, and the air thrummed with the deep hum of the ship's core, a heartbeat of steel and power. Daniel had been aboard many ships before, but never one like this. The Tsar dreadnought was a floating fortress, engineered for war. Its dark steel walls pulsed with energy conduits, and its corridors stretched endlessly in all directions. Everything was sharp, efficient, and designed with military precision. Yet, despite its vastness, there was an eerie silence. The Tsar crew members they passed barely acknowledged him. Some cast fleeting, curious glances, but most ignored him entirely. Even the guards remained silent. His mind spun. Why had High Warlord Senna chosen him? What did she expect from him? He was no warrior, no scientist, just an engineer. Stealing a glance at Senna, who strode ahead with unwavering confidence, he noted how her emerald scales shimmered under the artificial lighting. Her long black cloak trailed behind her, and her posture radiated authority. Since the arena, she had spoken only 3 words. "You will see." "See what?" After several minutes, they reached a large door that slid open with sharp hiss, revealing a spacious chamber. It was not the prison cell Daniel had expected. Instead, it resembled a private guest quarter, simple yet well-crafted. A sturdy bed rested against one wall, accompanied by a table and chair. A large screen on the opposite side flickered to life, displaying star maps and tactical data. The air was comfortably warm, and a food dispenser was built into the wall. "This is where you will stay," Senna finally spoke, turning to face him. Daniel hesitated before stepping inside. He had braced himself for a dark, cold prison cell, yet here he was given a room. A strange thought crossed his mind. Was he truly a prisoner? The guards departed without another word, and the door slid shut behind them. Daniel turned to Senna, folding his arms. "All right," he said. "Are you going to tell me now why you picked me?" Senna studied him for a moment before approaching a control panel. Pressing a few buttons, she brought up a holographic projection. A massive blueprint materialized in the air, an intricate design of an ancient machine, its structure vast and lined with complex circuits and mysterious symbols. Daniel's eyes narrowed as he examined it. The design was unfamiliar, yet something about it felt oddly recognizable. "What is this?" he asked. Senna's golden eyes locked onto his. "A relic from an ancient war, a war that predates the rise of the Tsar Empire." Daniel looked at her, perplexed. "And what does that have to do with me?" Senna's expression remained unreadable. "Because this machine," she said, "was built by your kind." Daniel's breath caught. "What?" "Humans did not originate solely from Earth," Senna continued. "Your ancestors roamed the stars long before the galactic wars. They were builders, creators, and then they vanished. Their knowledge was lost, their history erased." Daniel stared at the holographic blueprint, his mind racing. Could this be true? Humanity had always been considered a young species in the galaxy, but if what Senna was saying was real, then everything he had ever known about human history was a lie. "Why do you care?" he asked cautiously. Senna took a step closer. "Because we found this machine on a dead world," she said. "No Tsar engineer has been able to repair it. No scientist understands its design. It does not respond to us." She looked him directly in the eyes. "But it might respond to you." A heavy silence filled the room. Daniel exhaled slowly. He wasn't sure if he believed her, but one thing was undeniable. Senna hadn't chosen him at random. He wasn't a prisoner. He was a key, and he had no idea what mysteries he was about to uncover. The ship trembled violently as the warp core hummed with an eerie resonance. Captain Rain steadied himself, gripping the command console. "Status report," he barked. Lieutenant Kira's fingers flew across her console. "We're experiencing a gravimetric anomaly. It's distorting our trajectory." A blinding light swallowed the bridge, and for a brief moment, silence reigned. Then the ship reappeared in an unfamiliar sector space. The stars outside the viewport twisted unnaturally, their light bending as if seen through rippling water. Rains exhaled sharply. "Where the hell are we?" Ensign Cole's voice wavered. I don't know, sir. The star charts don't match anything in our database." Then the proximity alarm screamed. Kira's eyes widened. "Captain, we're not alone." Through the distortion, shadows moved, vast, amorphous entities gliding toward them. Their forms were unreadable, shifting like liquid darkness. The ship's sensors flickered erratically, unable to lock onto the approaching figures. "Shields up," Rains commanded. "Hail them." Static hissed through the speakers before an otherworldly voice coiled around them, a whisper that was both inside and outside their minds. "You do not belong." The lights on the bridge flickered, and a strange pressure built in the air. Crew members clutched their heads, as if something unseen pressed against their skulls. Rains gritted his teeth. "Engineering! Get us out of here. Now!" But before they could react, the ship lurched violently. The bridge dissolved into darkness. An overwhelming sense of falling consumed them. Then nothing. A heartbeat later, the ship was adrift, floating in absolute silence. Kira gasped for breath. "Captain, what just happened?" Rains looked at the view screen, where an impossible sight awaited them. A massive structure, ancient and pulsating with an alien glow, loomed ahead. Symbols unlike anything human eyes had ever seen etched across its surface. And in the vast emptiness of space, something watched them.